Hey y'all, it is Glam Rebecca, and in today's video we are playing Starcraft 2 on the Terran side, aka the humans. This episode is Typhoon 11, or aka Supernova, so that is what we're going to be doing. There are some cutscenes at the beginning of this that I left in so that you guys can watch them, and then of course the gameplay is about 30 minutes or so long that I went ahead and shortened. I sped up all those game parts time too. And then there is a rather lengthy cutscene at the very end, so I left that in too. So if you guys want to dip out after the score screen, I understand. It's been a while since I've had these done, and I actually stumbled across some of these videos yesterday. I totally forgot that I had them filmed in like May. So it's, you know, part of the course that I'm editing these like 3 months later, because I still have videos from last year to edit. So that's what happens when you work multiple jobs and you don't have a whole lot of time due to health issues. So we're gonna get jumping into this in just a second. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. This was kind of a difficult mission. It's just all about timing and everything. So let's get started.
Kate Lockwell here, live from Core Hall. There's rioting in the streets. Citizens are setting fire to government buildings to express their shock and anger at the startling revelations from earlier today. Donnie, what's the situation where you are?
I had a brother on Tarsonis. I had a brother there.
Right. Thanks for that, Donnie. Okay. Emperor Mengsk broadcast a statement earlier today. Unfortunately, UNN satellites were on lockdown at the time. Let's replay a bit of that.
This evidence has been falsified. The enemies of the Dominion will go to any length to soil my good reputation. These ruthless, slanderous attacks cannot...
At that point, the Emperor was shouted down. He's since retreated to his palace and refuses to speak to anyone. In this reporter's opinion, Emperor Mengsk has been revealed as a...
You see? Told you I could build something better than that piece of crap, Odin.
I like that. That's the spirit, brother. Show 'em who's boss.
Got some work to do on the chassis still, but I got to thinking about upgrades and variants, you know? They ain't gonna be cheap, cowboy. Big honking thing like that never is. But they'll be worth it, you'll see.
That's what I like to hear. I'll take a look and see what's affordable. So Matt, you planning another strike against Mengsk?
Not just yet, sir. I figured we need to focus on the Zerg first. Overthrowing Mengsk won't mean anything if we can't beat them.
True. Freedom ain't worth squat if Kerrigan kills us all, that's for sure. Guess Mengsk can wait. Well, so you thinking about giving up this life of luxury and becoming a professional broadcaster?
Oh, regular folks just ain't ready for the raw sex appeal I'd unleash into their great little lives. I reckon my niche is right here with you, old buddy. Right to the end.
I'm glad you're part of all this, Tychus. You did real good today.
Mobius have got themselves set up again since the Zerg chased them out of their old place. They say they've worked out where to find another artifact. Lovely little place called Typhoon. There she is, planet Typhoon. Don't look so bad.
Yep, sensors indicate... Wait, what the... The star's energy output just jumped 500%. I've never seen anything like it.
Slow down, Matt. What's it mean?
It means the star will go nova in a few hours. Meantime, the planet's getting bombarded by waves of fire.
Fire. Why does it always have to be fire?
Well, the good news is, we've got a significant cache of supplies planetside, so we shouldn't need to build supply depots.
Well, that's something. So where's our artifact?
Right there. Smack dab in the middle of all them Protoss.
Our mobile structures can relocate and keep us just ahead of the fire, but we'll need to salvage everything we can't take with us.
You ain't seriously going down there.
Come on, partner. We got hours till that sun explodes.
Well, let's grab that artifact and get out of here before your Queen of Blades shows up looking for it.
Call the ball.
Hope you brought your sunscreen, cowboy.
Now ain't the time, Swan.
Relax, hotshot. I got something useful for you. Banshees. These babies can blow the snot out of ground forces. Got cloaking, too. Gotta love that. Whoa, careful of those Protoss cannons. They can detect Banshees even when they're cloaked.
Inbound. Roger that.
Nice job. Let's get our base up and running and get that artifact.
In the rear with the... Ah! You scared? Been waiting on you. You gonna get me?
Warning, fire wave approaching. Incoming transmission.
James Raynor, we anticipated your arrival. Now you will pay for desecrating our holy relics.
The doctor is in.
Oh, hell. Not these Tal'Darim guys again. They seriously need to learn when to quit.
Alright, so first things first, everything on this map is about timing. You see that fire wave on the far left-hand side of the map? Pay attention to that. Save your crystals because that mercenary base, you're going to want to like harvest those and have those troops sent somewhere right before the fire wave hits so that you can get the most use out of it because of the fact that it takes so long for those to like get ready. you will only have a chance to get like 1 or 2 of those. Now you can build that base later, but I'm just telling you now, don't worry about rebuilding it. Just save up your money so that you can get siege tanks and your Goliaths and you know, warhogs, and the next guys over, like the first, the second, the last on the top row, and then of course your siege tanks, because you'll need those. Now you don't really have to go mess with the base on the far left hand side of the map where the fire wave is going. I would recommend getting those like fire bikes if you do go, because then that way you can run around there quicker and pick up the resources that are there. There are several little bases here, there, and everywhere where you can have like little farm crystals to farm, like this one here. There's several more at the top, and the Tal'Darim do constantly come and start attacking your stuff, so keep that in mind. Crystal on this map is very, very scarce. You need to make sure... Sorry about that. Work alarm. You need to make sure that you get your base where like your people return crystals and stuff at. I would recommend moving it to like a central location. There's also a bunch of Protoss relics on this map that you need to go get, so that's what I'm going to get. There's a couple of them there that I get at first. I did restart this map a couple of times because it took me a minute to figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, so keep that in mind. You may have to restart more than once.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Boy.
Warning. Fire wave arrival is imminent. Base evacuation required.
The Tal'Darim outpost to the east would make an excellent location to move our base to. We just need to clear them out and take possession.
Mineral field
Now,
needed.
once you get that little base next to you cleared out, I recommend moving your like little town hall there to the middle of the map. That's why like I move stuff to the middle of the map, so that way I can continue building while that fire wave gets closer, so that way I don't like freak out and move it last minute, because you're gonna need that time in order to collect resources and stuff. Now, once you get that little middle bottom one done, there is a relic to the top of that, and then just to the right of that is another little map there, and then there's that big map in the middle that you can go take over, which is where you want to kind of go, but you want to kind of set your people up at that halfway point, so that way you have them kind of stationed already there, so that way you're building and whatnot. Don't worry about building any more Vespene geysers and stuff in the middle locations. You can build one in the middle map, and then you'll build the last one at the very far right hand side. The only reason why I sent people over to get those resources from the other map in like the first couple of tries was just trying to get the resources, because once they're gone, they're gone. Like I said, you can use your fire bikes to do that, but I recommend just don't worry about it. Literally just get them out of the way. Now, the mercenary compound and stuff, like I said there, make sure that you have enough resources so that you can get those, because those are your heavy duty troops. You're going to want at least the first 2 options on the first row, the last option, which is your Goliath, and then the first option on the second row, which is your siege tanks, the heavy duty siege tanks. The first 2 cost 250 crystal, the last one costs 300 crystal, and the siege tanks cost 400 crystal. So keep that in mind when you are trying to get those set up. And there's Goliath right there, and then if you time it just right, you can get them set up so that they can go and pick up resources pick up resources so that you can have them delivered in the right amount of time to beat the fire.
Ready. SCV ready. Looking forward to it.
This Tal'Darim base is in a good spot for us. We just need to clear them out and take possession.
The thing here is you are literally racing against the clock. A wall of fire is coming. You need to make sure that you have your resources like ready to go. See how I'm like hovering over that merc camp trying to like get stuff as soon as I can. And like I said, I restarted this map a couple of times. As soon as you can move stuff out of the way, move it. If you have, I build my like research thing far over there on purpose so that I can at least get 2 levels of research done before the fire wave hits it. Making sure that your Marines and stuff have better gear and weapons is key to this map as well.
The Tal'Darim base has been cleared. Should buy us a little elbow room.
Our warrior's sacrifice was not in vain. We gladly march towards death to ensure your doom.
Also, the Tal'Darim a little butthurt that you're over here doing this, so make sure that you have protective measures in place, be it like troops stationed near where your SCVs are farming or something like that. That way you don't have to worry about them being constantly attacked. Now, if you look, I've basically taken over the entire middle of this map. There is a base to my bottom right. There's a base to the top right where you see me going right now, and then the one that's the far right hand side. Leave that top right hand base alone. You don't really need to mess with that one. I would say worry about the bottom right first, then the center right is where you need to end up. So that top right base is kind of like the one on the far left, on the, you know, the top left. It's one of those things where if you can maneuver and get troops and stuff to go get the resources in there, it's great if you can, but if not, then don't really worry about it, just for the simple fact that you're just going to burn your troops, so don't worry about it. Now, again, key is making sure that you can get those mercs out and that they get out and past that fire wave before the fire wave hits. Try and get your people, instead of going back to farm in those smaller locations, keep moving your SCVs further so that you can get them picking up crystal along the way so that they are constantly on the move. Again, keep moving your buildings and stuff. Anything that you can pick up and move, then do it, because the less that you have to build, the better. Also, you're going to run into some issues with the Tal'Darim where they're constantly trying to like beat up your base and stuff like that. Again, protection is key, so make sure that you have a couple of you know, defenses in place where you can set up, you know, a couple of just troops that you just leave hanging out near a building to protect it. I recommend doing that with where your SCVs are farming. So like where the SCVs come in and out to farm, do it there. Make sure that you have what you need in place where all your buildings and stuff are. So there's at least a couple of troops there to help protect, just for the simple fact that they're gonna just keep coming and hammering you. So I recommend anytime there's like a ramp or anything, set your people a good little ways outside that ramp, so that way they have the ability to like catch them as they're coming down the ramp. Siege tanks are really great for pew-pew and stuff at a distance, which is why I like using them. I also like keeping them at a specific range and then having other troops before them, so that anything that gets past their range attack, because siege tanks can't really attack anything up close. You need something to defend them, because they're going to get beat on, and they have no way unless you like get them out of siege tank mode and then put them back into regular mode, because then they can actually move. So it's basically just race, run this entire map. Constantly build those little Hellion bikes. Those, I really like using those because they're quick. They shoot flames, which, you know, against Tal'Darim, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, that's really for Zerg, but they're so quick. You could use spider bikes and throw out the little mines, but again, you're limited to 3 mines at a time, and they have to be in proximity, and you also have to run into where they're going to be coming in order for them to actually be effective. So I find that the spider bikes are just kind of a waste of money. At least with the Hellions and stuff, they can run in, they do some serious damage. They have like an area attack where instead of just shooting a straight stream forward, they actually have the ability to damage anything in that stream forward, which is kind of nice. So that's why I like to use them, and then having a couple air support as well. I like the fact that I had, look, see, I told you they're gonna keep coming and trying attacking your base and stuff, and they're going after my SCVs. Look at that. See, and that's what I was talking about, where make sure that you have troops where you need them so that they can protect your base, because the Tal'Darim are going to keep coming. And they came from that top base that I told you to leave alone, because they're just going to continue to keep coming. So that was a strategic error that I made on my part. So if you do play this map, keep in mind that those fuckers just keep coming, and they keep coming, and they keep coming, and they keep coming. And as of right now, I literally only have 3 troops, so I had to like rebuild all of my troops. I end up getting it eventually, but I had to do a lot of repairing and stuff, which cost me more resources. Then I had to rebuild all my troops. So in the long run, it cost me more crystal to rebuild all my troops after trying to take over that small base to the south. I found that I was a little unprepared for that, and then of course, because I did not leave protective measures to protect my home base, I then lost even more troops. So it's just one of those things that you need to keep in mind. Resources here are scarce. So having your SCVs constantly getting attacked, having to rebuild them, that's 50 crystals a pop right there that you really can't afford to lose because of the fact that you had some poor planning. So it's basically build and move and build and move and build and move and keep moving until you finally get to that far right hand side, because that's where the map ends. So I don't know, it's just one of those things that I have found that this map can be a little bit challenging, especially if you're like ADHD like me, because having to constantly remember to run and move and do all this stuff going back and forth, it can be a lot. And trying to remember how to do all of this. Look at that, those fuckers are after me again. I only have 1 troop left. So now I've got to go send an SCV to keep stuff repaired so that I can, you know, keep stuff alive. So that was another thing. I was like, God damn it, you know, I go attack that base, but I didn't have enough troops, and then the troops went running down the ramp after me. So this ended up being a pain in the ass. Like I said, I had to redo this map. I think this was the 3rd version, or the 3rd time that I did it, just for the simple fact that I had, it was a pain. And look, I still had troops over here. Oh wait, that was a jump cut. Well, I don't know what happened. There was footage there, and it's gone. So maybe it stopped recording at some point. I didn't realize it, because I did end up filling up my hard drive, and I had to move. The reason I didn't know where these videos were is because I moved them to my 12 terabyte hard drive, and I totally forgot about them being on there because they were in a folder that said needs to be edited. Yeah, needless to say, I didn't remember they were there. So, anyways, so the cut on this, it looks like I went up and took out that top base where they kept coming from, and then went right after that instead of messing with the base to the bottom right. So I don't know where the rest of that footage went, but this is fixing to be a win. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these again. I have like 3 more to get edited after this one, and then I'll need to film some more, but right now my C drive is like slap full. So, oh yeah, that's the other thing. When you finally get over that right base, you're not just trying to move to that right base. You are trying to take out that thing that I'm shooting on, that big plus sign on the map. There's like a vault there that you have to attack in order to get some sort of like, wow. I am cutting it close with that crystal.
Okay,
that was
the artifact's secure. Saddle up, people. We're out of here.
We will pursue you to the end of the universe, James Raynor. 1,000 deaths cannot atone for your wanton sacrilege.
So this is the end of the episode here for the Supernova campaign. If you guys want to watch the cutscene, then stay on. It's about another 10 minutes long if you want to keep watching. But if you don't, then that's fine. You can leave out here. Thanks for coming. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos again. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. And hopefully you guys are having a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!
Sir, we've reached the rendezvous coordinates. No contacts. Looks like the Mobius ship hasn't arrived yet.
That's strange. It ain't like them to be late.
Sir, Dominion ships warping in. Mengsk's flagship is leading them.
Sweet mother of mercy.
Sir, their shields are still down. I don't like this.
Matt, pull us alongside and prep docking tubes.
Commander, this is not a smart move.
You wanted your revolution, kid. Now you got it.
Turn around, Arcturus. I want you to see this coming.
You won't find my father here, Commander. I am Valerian Mengsk, and I own the Mobius Foundation. Through them, I own you as well.
Tell me why I shouldn't kill you right now.
Because I can offer you what you've always wanted. A chance to rescue Sarah Kerrigan. The artifact fragments you've been collecting are of Xel'Naga origin. With them, I can construct a device that will reverse the infestation that transformed Kerrigan into the Queen of Blades. You're the only man who's been close to her and lived to tell the tale. You know her tactics, you know her strategies. And I know you'd risk anything for the chance to bring her back.
Sir, tell me you're not seriously considering this deal with Valerian.
Sounds like a golden deal to me, Jimmy. Kerrigan turns human, takes a bullet between the eyes. You can put your past to rest and still make one hell of a payday.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Tygus.
Assaulting Char is a suicide mission. You'd be putting all our lives on the line just to get your girlfriend back.
This is bigger than all of us, Matt. It ain't about me. This is the only real chance we're ever gonna get, and I'm taking it.
So which is it gonna be, Jimmy? We bringing Kerrigan back, or putting her in the ground?
That's for me to decide. You both got a lot of prep work to do. Get to it.
This is Kate Lockwell for UNN. Tonight, top Dominion military analysts are still confused and relieved to report that while attacks do continue throughout the Fringe, the main Zerg push into Dominion space seems to have slowed.
That's wonderful news, Kate. Our boys have really taken the fight to the Zerg.
Of course, Donnie. But there's also a sense that whatever the Zerg were after, they either got it or they've given up on it. We may never know.
You heard it here first. Let's get down to business.
So these artifacts are the key to freeing Kerrigan. Pretty amazing coincidence Tychus just showing up out of the blue, offering us the job to collect these damn things.
Statistically, sir, the probability of coincidence is minuscule. However, these artifacts do represent a power beyond our current scientific understanding. If anything could give the Queen of Blades pause, perhaps these are it?
All this ancient alien hocus-pocus is a little out of my pay scale. I just pray that when the time comes, these things bring her back to me. So, what's the problem, Swan?
What's the problem? You only signed us up with our mortal enemies. Every one of these boys lost family or friends to Mengsk. We're gonna be sitting on a powder keg pretty soon. Can't you see that?
It ain't up for discussion, Swan. I gotta do this.
Sir, we're receiving a transmission from the Bucephalus. Prince Valerian's holding on the communicator for you.
You sure about this? You gotta know Mengsk is gunning for you. He'll hit you in a way you'll never see coming.
I can handle Mengsk, Tychus.
Just watch your back, old buddy. That's all I'm asking.
I said I can handle it. If you don't want to be a part of this, you can take your 30% and go.
Sir, I have to question your objectivity on this alliance. It's obviously a trap.
I got it covered, Matt. I'm asking you to trust me.
We were starting to make real progress against Mengsk. If we go after the Queen of Blades, we're throwing that away.
This is bigger than Mengsk. Matt, if we succeed on Char, we'll save billions of lives. Billions. Mengsk can wait.
I didn't sign up for this.
You signed up to follow my orders. If you can't do that anymore, then get the hell off my ship!
Sir.
Commander Raynor, I thought we might discuss the expedition to Char. Now...
This is a dangerous game you're playing, kid. What's your stake in all this?
Jim, I really think we should... I can see why my father wants to kill you.
I asked you a question.
Everyone wonders if I will be as good an emperor as my father. But I want something more. To prove that I will be a better emperor and a better man.
That shouldn't be hard.
If I reform the worst mass murderer in history, make her human again, teamed with the famous outlaw Jim Raynor, that's all the proof I'll need.
So I'm just a cog in your machine.
If it gets you what you want, do you care?
Guess I don't.